Well, hello. This is Lauren Holley-Allen back with you. This is class number 32. Absolutely. And this is our Red December series. And I'm calling it a series and a series because I'm only dealing with hot. I'm dealing with fire. And I thought December would be a great time to just give you 4 segments in red, since we're already in the holidays, of our series. And the name of it is Quick, Get the Fire Extinguisher. And what I want to do is share interesting information that you can use to jar your memory and help you to remember what to do in regard to fire extinguishing and fire extinguishers. And first, I want to share with you fire alarm stations. There's a red fire alarm signal box at designated marked areas within buildings in the United States. Exits. We want to get out, right? Exit. Administration and leadership all need to know locations at the designated floor plans and exits. And we talked about that before. Having a floor plan, having it visible when the fire department arrives. No guesswork. Plus, you've probably, if you're in the United States, have already exercised with them, had drills with them, and they're pretty much, hopefully, familiar with your establishment. Portable fire extinguisher systems, dry type ABC, is what we used preferably in the United States. They're portable fire extinguishers systems, dry type ABC. Stationary fire extinguisher system. All staff should be trained and familiar with the locations of fire extinguishers within every building. Example, fire safety designee. Who is the fire safety designee? Who is that person? Well, that's Reverend Dawn Wayman, Reverend Dr. Dawn Wayman on staff. Or any other designee that is appointed when you have your emergency meetings, your training meetings. And that person will have a name and it will be written as to who, not only the primary, Dr. Dawn Wayman, but also the next person in line who is on hand, who is the leader when there is a fire emergency. And that person will have a name listed on your training plan. Portable fire extinguisher locations. Pencils are up. We're writing. And remember, you can always go back and watch these videos again. So portable fire extinguisher locations place fire extinguishers in plain view and in convenient, accessible locations. So everybody can get their hands on them, who needs them and who knows how to use them. There are, how many numbers there might be, 1 or 2, 3. There are so many number portable fire extinguishers in the main sanctuary or building. You're telling how many are available. There are so many portable fire extinguishers in all buildings in this corporation. So you'll know where to put your hands on them. Trained staff and people in your household. I'm going to add family members here. Start right out. Trained staff and family members and volunteers in business to use the fire extinguishers, and students as well. So we want to get everyone trained when we have our drills, our fire drills. Fire alarm systems. Exit locations. Familiarize yourself with hallway fire exits, alarms, and extinguishers. Familiarize yourself with designees with hallway fire exits, alarms, and extinguishers. There are blank, how many are there, emergency exits within the building, Know those, learn those during your fire drills. Where are the exits? How many are they? And where are they located? Ensure all exits are clear and free of clutter that may impede people who need to exit the campus during emergencies. I keep repeating it because it's important. Fire extinguishers should be regularly tested by a professional. The fire system should be tested annually. You writing this down? Professional, annually. The buildings are equipped with smoke detectors and should be tested on a regular basis. Smoke detectors. Test the sprinkler system weekly or regularly, and always have the dates included. You're writing the dates in as the test is going on. When you do drills, when you do your own internal tests, and when the fire department arrives. Store materials less than 18 inches below the ceiling sprinkler heads. Absolutely. Store materials less than 18 inches below the ceiling sprinkler heads. And when the fire department comes to assess your agency, your building, they're going to be looking for these factors. Emergency lighting and power. Evaluate and eliminate electrical hazards. Ensure that all exit lighting is operational. Check batteries and light bulbs often. Regularly inspect electrical components for any deterioration. This will all be repeated when the fire department comes to drill you and assess your property. Verify electrical switches and outlets have properly secured cover plates. When using extension cords for decorative lighting, take them down after the holidays to prevent, or just to prevent fires. Just take them down if they don't need to be there. Hire only a certified electrician when electrical maintenance is necessary. Professionals, certified electricians. Yeah, this is fire month. This is red hot month. General housekeeping of custodial storage areas. This is so important and something you probably day to day, you're in the building, but you have to remind yourself that this is necessary. And if the fire department is coming maybe twice a year or whenever they come, really, that's really not often enough. Your team, your training team, your emergency training team, these are areas that you can be checking off yourselves before you even call the professionals in or the fire department in to help you with your drills and to assess your business, to assess your agency, school campus, college campus, wherever you are, and wherever they come to do an assessment. So ensure proper storage of gasoline, engines, and equipment. Make sure everything is where it should be and has its place. Utilize proper storing of flammable materials, oily rags, and liquids, including cleaning materials, cleaning chemicals. At my house, they're kept in a certain place within my house, and they're stored there, dry, safe place. We pay attention to that as well. Ensure proper storage of gasoline engines and equipment, lawnmowers. Remove all obstacles from hallways, corridors, and rooms that may impede exiting buildings on the campus or in the building, wherever you are, or wherever your space is, wherever your small business is. Limit the amount and safely use electric cords and adapters throughout your building. Waste disposal. Provide appropriate trash receptacles for the buildings and be sure they are emptied regularly. Keep outdoor trash cans at a safe distance from the buildings. I noticed my neighbor next door moves theirs further down, midway of their yard or toward the end. They don't keep their trash cans on their deck. They are moved away from the house. I like that. It's a good plan. Elevator guidance. Again, 1, identify all public and non-public access elevators. 2, ensure all exit lighting is operational. 3, ensure the elevators are not used what? Are not used when? During emergencies. Do not use the elevator. 4, assign security or other designated staff to assist people with wheelchairs, etc., and chairlift during an emergency. 5, inform emergency personnel if anyone is stuck in the stairwell building. Inform emergency personnel when they arrive, there's a fire, if anyone is stuck in the stairwell building. Just going through to make sure you remember, not to forget, making sure that this is muscle memory. Remember we talked about that in the very beginning, where you can just recall it because you know it, you've been drilled on it, you've been trained, the fire department has been there, it's muscle memory, you know what to do in an emergency because we are emergency management made easy. I'm making it easy. I'm reminding you, refreshing your memory. So let's turn the page and prepare for winter. You didn't know I was going to spring this one on you. Something new. This is something different from our Red December. And remember, we only have 2 more Red December classes. At least 1 more. We'll see. I want to give a shout out and thank you to FEMA, Federal Emergency Management Agency, and Department of Homeland Security, Department of Homeland Security Center for Faith, they're calling it now, for sharing the article entitled, Let's Prepare for Winter. It was sent to me on December the 11th of 2025, and I'm thankful, I'm grateful, and you're supporting our efforts, right, to keep everyone safe, and I am just tickled. Let's go to the house. Everybody, come on, everybody, let's go in the house. We haven't been in the house in a while. We've been talking around the house, but we haven't been in the house. Let's go in, just for a few minutes. How's that? All right, we're gonna stop by here. Preventing house heating fires. Well, I am very interested in this. Preventing house heating fires. Although trending downward since the early 1980s, heating fires remain the second leading cause of home fires in 2021. An estimated 32,200 home heating fires were reported to fire departments within the United States. These fires caused an estimated 190 deaths, 625 injuries, and $442 million in property loss. Here I have in front of me a gas log, which I had 31 years ago or more. I moved in this house and I had a wood stove, a wood burning stove, which is lovely. However, as I mature, I transitioned to a gas log, which with the remote control, which I prefer at this time. They are so beautiful. They are so wonderful. And recently I upgraded to a modern one, a white one, really fancy. But they get the job done and they can keep, I have 4 stories. So when I'm in the lower area of the house, it really keeps me warm when I'm down there. So we want to keep anything that can burn at least 3 feet from all heat sources, including fireplaces, wood stoves, radiators, portable heaters, or candles. Always plug space heaters directly into an outlet and make sure its cord isn't damaged or frayed. Never use an oven to heat your home. if you're cold and things are that dire, it might be better to consider moving into a permanent, a shelter for a day or so until you get your heat back on. Maintain heating equipment and chimneys by having them cleaned and inspected each year by a professional. And especially when I had my wood burning stove, that is exactly what I had to do. Have the chimney sweep come in, have it swept, have it cleaned, have it inspected at least once a year. For additional information, visit the United States Fire Administration Home Fires page to learn about how to prepare for and prevent home fires, including tips for individuals with disabilities and older adults. I think I might be an older adult. I'm mature. So you can locate me on preparebeforeithappens@outlook.com. That's my email address. If you want to consult with me, if you have a question, just hit me up there, and we'll do some talking, and I'll learn what your needs are, and maybe I'll get to discuss it during our next meeting together. So this ends Red Hot December. We're talking about fire safety, and what we're doing is reminding you of some you already know, but I want to reinforce it while I have this December break and this time together when I can reinforce certain points. And don't forget, you can always go in to YouTube and play the video over and over again and make your notes and write those notes slower and put them, keep them in a binder and a book, because you might be at a meeting at your place of employment, and you will have some information. You will have some news they can use. See you next Friday. We're still red, and we're still hot, and we're still learning. Bye-bye.